Welcome to the ENGL 607 segment. I want to introduce our audience first. This is Jamari, Margaret, and Valerie. And we will be introducing the black and white segment for my presentation, Working with Rough Drafts, a demonstration. Thank you. Welcome to this segment of Working on Rough Drafts, entitled It's All in Black and White. My name is Victoria White, and we will be discussing working rough drafts. I will be the instructor for this segment. Now you have to help me edit this.
Okay, no problem.
First, we're going to cover the MLO, which is the Measurable Learning Objectives. There are 5 for this presentation. The 5 MLOs are separated into 2 categories. For content, we will cover revising the paper, completing revisions, applying spell check and grammar check. In regard to formatting, we will discuss verifying rubric standards and following MLA standards correctly. The first segment is reread your paper. When you reread your paper, you always want to do that on a separate day than when you write the paper.
Hello?
This will give you the opportunity for 2 things. 1, you will have a fresh look on things. 2, the content will have had an opportunity to develop more in your mind as you go throughout your day. Measurable Learning Objective Goal number 2. Complete revisions with a pen of your favorite color. As you reread, you will need to make revisions using the revision symbols you have been taught during this course. I suggest that you use a pen of a different color. Many times, students respond negatively to red pens because they see it as a constant view of correction. However, when you use a pen of a different color, especially if it is your favorite color, you tend to alleviate the dreaded drear as you begin to revise your paper. Your favorite color will give you some encouragement and some ease. Trust me, I always use green. Measurable Learning Objective Goal number 3. Become efficient in spell check and grammar check. This is a very essential part of your paper that every instructor looks for you to have done. It is very easy for an instructor to see when you have not done spell check and grammar check, because there will be phrases in your paper that are not complete sentences, and or an author's name that is not a familiar spelling will be underlined in red in Word instead of being corrected without any significant marker. So you want to make sure you always spell check and grammar check your paper. You will be allowed to choose whether or not you want to accept, change, or ignore the suggestions that Word makes to your presentation. Next, Measurable Learning Objective number 4 is to verify standards and rubric for MLA. Every teacher should give a rubric for what is expected on the paper. Even after you complete the paper, you want to go back through the rubric and make sure that you have touched on every area of the rubric, one by one. And as you edit, go through and add those things that are significant to raise your grade higher. Do not assume that the instructions your teacher has given you has everything on it. Always go to the rubric. And then you want to go to the MLA formatting standards. Are your footnotes correct? Are your periods and commas where they need to be? And have you typed everything in its proper order? There are numerous websites to assist you. You should have purchased the book for this class to assist you in the MLA standards, and you can always use a friend or a peer editing partner. Measurable Learning Objective number 5 is complete assignment checklist. And I have included an assignment checklist in front of all of you, and we'll go through that together in just a moment. This assignment checklist just helps you make sure that you have written a professional paper of your best ability for the highest grade possible. It's all in black and white is the title of this presentation, because the writing process should not be seen as a chore. Like any great artist, writers must be willing to revisit the canvas with fresh eyes and enhance the beauty of the original work. Though the writer's work appears on the white page with a black pen, the beauty of the finished product is in the passion and the mechanics exhibited on the page. It's all in black and white. The final slide is just the works that I've cited for the presentation and the research that I've done. I want to thank all of you for being a part of this presentation, and that all of you go to the writing workshop checklist. We're going to complete MLO goal number 2. Look through one paragraph on all of your papers. Did you use formal language? No contractions, no slang in your writing. When you're writing a paper, it must be in your formal writing. This is different than your conversation tone. It's more so a formal writing, a formal engagement that you're giving to a teacher based on standard English criteria. And then, did you verify subject-verb agreement? Limit your sentences so that only one thought is in the sentence, so that you avoid run-on sentences. If you find yourself using words like so and more than twice in a paragraph, you may have a lot of run-on sentences, and you need to avoid those. Split them into more than one sentence and make more sense of your writing, and make sure that you are not repeating ideas. Alright, make sure that no missing words are apparent in your sentences. Many times we think faster than we type or we write. So it's always good to go back over and make sure that you have written or typed all of the words that you wanted to in your presentation. And then you want to make sure that your organization is clear, that your points lead to a final point, that they ascend into the point you're trying to make, and that your conclusion is clear. It's concise, and it restates your thesis. Alright, and then finally, any peer editing considerations that need to be added have been considered and added if needed be. Again, I want to thank all of you for participating in this presentation. I appreciate all of you for working with me. Have a great day. Bye-bye.